Welcome back to A&R Gems Artist Spotlight. I'm your host, Diamani, and today on episode 2 we have Darius Hollywood Bags, who is based in New Orleans. He is an A&R director, boss. He does it all from artist development, talent search. He does it all. And today we're going to talk about his journey from the beginning to present day, from the First Foundation LLC, Hollywood Pompey Studios, how he got his start, his influences, everything that holds from music to business, and how he kind of bridges that gap. So again, I want you guys to enjoy this episode. It's going to be a lot of gems that he dropped in this episode. And again, I appreciate everyone who's here, who's going on this journey with me as we continue on with these episodes and highlighting A&Rs, but also just music executives along the way, enjoying the journey with me as we again go through this. So again, I appreciate y'all and enjoy episode 2. So for the folks who don't know you, and this is gonna be the first time, seeing you and know who you are, introduce yourself and let them know what you do.
Yeah, so for the people that's watching, my name is Darius J Bags Jackson. Um, I do a little bit of everything in the entertainment industry. You know what I'm saying? I A&R. I do a lot of video production. I got into engineering. Um, I help a lot of artists with their business, as far as like their registration and stuff like that. So I do a lot of like admin work. Um, I'm all over. You know what I'm saying? So. That's kind of me in the gist though. I'm all things in the entertainment field. Like I try to be hands-on in every aspect. So
Yeah, which is important because you kind of have to be. So growing up and having, kind of influences in Baton Rouge and Louisiana and DC, because you was there for a little while too, how do you think those places shaped just the your aspect on the music industry and the music scene and the music sound?
I mean it shows that like every sound, no matter where you at, is appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Even when I was in DC, like even just moving around on tour and stuff like that, like I seen how much of the South, how much impact it had on, other places in the world and stuff like that. So seeing that and just seeing like different sounds out of these places too. Every city and state got their own unique sound. You know what I'm saying? Their beats, their flow, their cadence, everything. You know what I'm saying? Their lingo. So being in these different places just showed me like, damn, like shit. Everybody's saying the same shit just in a different way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Was there like a particular moment or opportunity that kind of changed your trajectory within getting into the business that you can like kind of pinpoint?
They got me like into what I'm doing.
Yeah. Like, was there a moment where you was like, this is gonna help me kind of get into the door a little bit more, or was it just grassroots and just like working?
Nah, so I was an artist at first, you know what I'm saying? So just me releasing music, seeing like the music was good, but it's like I felt like something was missing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what kind of got me more intrigued on like the business side of shit. And then once I kind of stepped back, started seeing like, oh, this is a lot of information that people probably don't know. You know what I'm saying? I started like being more on the educational side of like helping artists learn this.
Yeah.
That's what came first before I even started like doing video work. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So this is A&R gems. So in the A&R scene today, what do you think, like just from in present day 2026, when you look at the A&Rs, the ones that the ones from afar, how do you assess the scene right now?
It's it's kind of tricky, you know what I'm saying? Because like there's A&Rs out there, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to never take away from like the A&Rs that's
Yeah,
actually doing the work.
yeah,
But the A&R game today is different than how it was back then. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, A&Rs really like crafted artists to pitch to the label. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Now it's like the artist is just put with the A&R, and then the A&R just has to like just basically keep up, like be the day-to-day, like they're an assistant more than them actually
yeah,
helping craft the sound for that artist. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
So um I think like nah, that's what's missing today for sure.
yeah. Because it's different. Because you have like the data A&Rs, you have the ones who are just punching in numbers. You have
Hmm.
ones who are scouting the talent. So it's it's a little bit of everything. So I get that. I get that. When it comes down to artist development and like the talent representation, when you were doing that and still kind of doing it now, what obviously from being an artist now, what kind of got you into that field? From being an artist to saying, now I'm gonna go A&R and work with talent.
Really, just like I said, like learning that information I learned, bro, like just having that knowledge. Like once I started learning more about the business, I kind of felt like it was my place to go out and help and
Yeah,
educate. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the direction it took me.
yeah,
And just I just became an A&R just along the
yeah.
way. You know what I'm saying?
And it gradually happened. Yeah.
Yeah. So
When looking for new talent, what is one of the first things that catches your eye that's going to make you say, all right, cool, I can work with them, or they may be, they may have something. What's like the first thing?
Of course, like the music, you know what I'm saying? Like I I want to work with artists that actually have a sound or something to work with, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, I'm looking at the work ethic. Like I'm
Yeah,
saying, how hard do you want it? You know what I'm saying? How hard do you go for yourself? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because I could come in and assist and help you in every way, shape, form possible. But it's like if you're not doing the work on your end, then it's like all of it shit is pointless, you know. So I
Well, that
definitely.
was my next question. How important is consistency when building a career in the music industry?
No, it's very important, especially now, like when content being like as big as it is, like you have to stay in people's face. You have to find new ways to like get seen without like blemishing your brand or like doing some
Yeah.
goofy stuff to just get some views and likes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to be creative. So just being consistent and being creative is definitely important.
Okay. And knowing that you do work with a lot of independent artists and mainstream artists, but more so on the independent factor, what are some common mistakes that you're seeing them make right now that could help either other independent artists or just help them to just be better on the trajectory?
I think just overthinking a lot of stuff, right? So like a lot of artists are just they'll record, record, record. They don't drop music. They're not making content for it, or if like they do make content, they make one piece of content and then that's it. Like I've come across artists, I'll be like, hey, bro, you want to do a mic drop for this? Oh, no, I already did a content reel for it. So you're not gonna do another piece of content to push the
Yeah.
same song. Like they feel like pushing one song is blasphemous, bro. Like they feel like that is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But yeah, I think just that part, you know what I'm saying? Like just not understanding like you have to get people familiar with your music in order to build fans. You know what I'm saying? You could overload them in like I say content and just them seeing your life, your work, like being an artist, but as far as like the music, you want to give it to them, but you want to make sure that they get familiar with it before you just keep like just pushing it out to them, you know?
Yeah. I tell artists all the time, when you're pushing out a record or anything, you should have at least 50 pieces of content that you're pushing out that can go on all social platforms because one platform, TikTok is going to be different. Like the content that you put on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, it's all going to be different because it's different people who follow you on those platforms. But that's definitely a true factor. Before coming to you or anybody else, what's one thing an artist should focus on before trying to go for representation?
Really like I would say some clear idea where you want to go in your career. You know what I'm saying? Because I've worked with artists with no music out, they just getting started, but they kind of have some kind of direction of like what they want their brand to be, what they want their sound to be. Um, and so we work off of that. So it's like if you come in, just at least have an idea of something of like what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because then that'll
Yeah.
make it, we can start working from there. If you don't know anything, then it's like now we got to just build from scratch. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah.
When you were, I guess, navigating from the artist to the A&R like sector, were there any ones that you were kind of like maybe looking up to, or kind of like I'm gonna like mold my career, not after them, but you were kind of like seeing what they were doing rather from the past or present day that you kind of like molded like your what you wanted your career to be, or was it just like you were just kind of going off of what you saw needed to be done?
I mean, of course, you know, we look at like the old school A&Rs, like the Barry
Yeah,
Gordy, like you know what I'm saying, like all the ones that came up that we study. We look at them and we see, like I say, the traditional A&R, like them actually developing and crafting artists. Like me coming up on as an artist, I was because they was before my time, so I heard a little bit about them, seen some
Mhm.
documentaries, but me coming up on as an artist around my time, I was looking up to like the Boom Mans, like the Jay-Z's,
Yeah,
um, like seeing how they did business, Dame Dash, seeing like how those guys did business. I watched like Wendy Day.
yeah,
Um, she's a dope person that's been in the game doing a lot of stuff. So um, I just kind of like study different people. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of just pick up different game from different people. I see what works for them, what don't work for them.
yeah.
So
Now that's what's up. I think you have to even like the Clive Davises or the Diddy's or people like that from, that were kind of on the come up, you kind of got to look at them and see kind of like the pros and cons of it and kind of mold yourself. Obviously, it has to be you, but you can always take from other
yeah,
people.
yeah, yeah. Just like
With
as an artist too. Like as an artist, like you
yeah,
look up to certain artists coming up. You don't necessarily want to be like that artist, but you learn
yeah.
from them.
Mhm. Yeah, because it's always, it's like a boomerang. What has happened in the past is always gonna like kind of circulate, but you have to do what you do. So with Hollywood Pompeii Studios and how that all came together, how did you like start with them and how did all that kind of come together?
So that's like when I was back an artist, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
like at the time, this was like before COVID, so like probably 6, 7 years ago.
yeah,
Um, one of my friends was looking for a videographer. And I was seeing Hollywood all over Instagram, you know what I'm saying, shooting videos and shit. So I was like, man, reach out to this dude, see what his prices are. So he ended up reaching out. Like at the time, I didn't think my homie was gonna do it because he was one of those artists inconsistent, you know what I'm saying? We all was at the time, we were still trying to figure it out. So I was like, hit him up. I didn't know if he was or not. He hit him up, booked the video. We met Hollywood, we chopped it up. And he told us what he had going on. And you know what I'm saying? We kind of just built a relationship from there, bro. He was still doing like these trips to Miami where we bring artists to Miami and stuff. We do content trips. We'll have a big Airbnb for everybody. And we work for a whole week. So we ended up going on one of those trips. And then we just kept building from there. And then shit, here we are, you know what I'm saying? So it's like he had the vision, and then it's like he just kind of built a team around what he knew he wanted to do, you know what I'm saying? And we all had the same vision, so we just came apart and made it happen.
okay. So for people who are either in your area or just want to, do services with y'all, what other services do you guys offer to artists?
I mean anything, bro, like from studio time to like photography, videography, um, website creation to merch design to cover art, studio time. Um, we do a little bit of everything, man. So
Yeah,
it's like we all over. We can help
yeah,
artists with write-ups, press write-ups, you know what I'm saying? To help your SEO and stuff. So
yeah. Okay, cool. And I know earlier this year, or it might have been last year, you launched First Foundation or Foundation First.
foundation. Yeah.
Yeah, how did that come about? Kind of like give me a little bit from the start of it to now. Like, how did that brainchild kind of come to life?
So me and my brother Hollywood, we was just talking about just growing. So we don't want to just kind of limit ourselves to the music industry, right? So it's like
Yeah,
we want to have our hands in different businesses, different industries that kind of work hand in hand still with music.
yeah,
So Foundation First came about just from, you need a foundation first for anything. So that's where the name came from. But it's
hmm
a company that's kind of just a holding company, an umbrella company for other entities. So like
yeah,
Hollywood Pompeii Studios is one. We have a restaurant called Etabiquas. It's a
mhm.
fusion restaurant between Arabic food and Puerto Rican food.
Okay,
So that's gonna be opening up closer to like the summer, fall time. Um, and then like we have some other ventures and stuff we've been looking into, but we definitely want to we just building longevity, you know what I'm saying? So we building a portfolio of companies, and we want to grow companies, grow them, sell them, whatever. But we want to definitely definitely build like just generational wealth for everybody that's a part of it, and create jobs for people. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about too. Like this to be able to help other people get jobs and create businesses for their families, you know? So
And where's the restaurant going to be located at?
it's in Kenner. It's down the street actually from the warehouse. So
Okay.
it's like soon as you get land in New Orleans, Kenner, whatever they want to call it, you
Yeah.
get out the airport. Like that's literally it's gonna be at the light. The first light you as soon as you touch New Orleans, it's gonna be the first
Yeah.
light. So you're right, it's right there. You know what I'm saying? So
Now that's what's up. So again, it's going to be the foundation, for everything else. So that's pretty dope. And again, you being in just one, thing is never going to be good. You always have to branch out. So that's
yeah.
what's up. As far as education, because I know you also went back to school before. So how important is education in this music industry?
It's definitely important. Like I said, that's what got me doing what I'm doing now. You know what I'm saying? Because I seek some knowledge, and that knowledge turned into me wanting to help other people. You know what I'm saying? And then it's good just in business itself. You know what I'm saying? Just being able to be knowledgeable on the stuff you're talking about, and like it helps what you're doing, because if you don't know, then you just running in circles. You know what I'm saying? So Full Sail just kind of helps just sharpen everything that I might think I know. It just helps sharpen all that stuff up, and
Yeah,
it helps me create new relationships with like some of the classmates, the professors, stuff like that. So it's definitely important if you're serious about what you're doing, and if you want to like really like gain more of a, I guess, like a network, you know.
yeah, no, for sure. When it comes down to the industry right now, because it's always changing, whether it's just the music as a whole or just the A&R world, what are some of the trends or just things that you're kind of paying attention to right now?
I mean, really, it's just what everybody's seeing, bro. It's this
Yeah,
TikTok era, bro. Like these
yeah.
dances, these dance trends, and
And it's
you know
not
what I'm
slowing
saying?
down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not, bro. It's not, and it's like that's what's going on, bro. They keep saying they're gonna take away TikTok, ban TikTok, and all this and that, but yeah, it's not happening. So, I kind of see. It's going at a good pace right now, but I feel like it's gonna slow down eventually, and the direct to consumer is gonna be it
yeah,
started picking up, but I think that's gonna be like what's gonna be that thing. People are gonna have to actually sell units again. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And all that trending and all that is gonna die down. You gonna actually have to have fans. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because artists aren't even getting booked now. Some artists aren't getting booked because they can't sell tickets. You know what I'm saying? No
yeah,
matter how viral they are, like your favorite artist might not be getting no shows, and they got 100 million views on TikTok or whatever. So,
yeah.
you know,
Well, then that goes into the next couple questions. How has social media changed artist development?
it changed it greatly, bro, because these labels
Yeah,
just think that that's the key and the go-to
yeah,
formula for everything. So it's
yeah,
like it definitely, that's why I say it's like I feel like there's no one shaping the next star. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
In hip hop, I'm not even gonna speak on country or pop music. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Even then, it's like who's top Katy Perry since Katy Perry? You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Nobody.
You know what I'm saying?
Nobody. You're
Who's
right.
who's
Yeah,
like, so it's like it's kind of, I don't know, bro. Who's breeding the next star? That's what we need to be asking. And I feel like, that's been kind of my focus. And I feel like
yeah,
that's why I haven't found that right artist, because like I said, I
yeah.
haven't found the artist with the right work ethic, the right mindset. Like you have to have a lot to be that, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. No, I think that's even when I talk to artists now, and it's like I understand TikTok and social media is the pinnacle, but it's like if that goes away tomorrow, again, TikTok, if it does go away tomorrow, what are you gonna do? Can you still survive? Can you still sell out those tickets? Can you like what? Can you get on the ground and
make a
like
song that doesn't require you to do a dance and all, you know what I'm
actually
saying? Like
sell
the fuck, you know what I'm saying? So
even like Cardi B? And obviously it was like a marketing thing, but her album came out, and she was on the block selling CDs.
you feel me?
It's like
J.
you got
Cole was popping the trunk. He going city to city.
like, and these are artists who don't necessarily have to do that, but and no one knows you, and you're an Omaha, but you don't want to. promote and get out there because you want a viral moment. So it's like that is like it's a good thing, but it also hinders you. So
Yeah, no, for sure.
yeah, I guess that goes into the next one too of what separates artists who are like kind of building long-lasting careers from the ones who just want like that viral moment, you know?
Nah, I mean you could tell in like I say, the branding, the image, like how they
Yeah,
present themselves online. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just and in the music, you could hear it. You know what I'm saying? You could hear somebody that's striving for a long career. Like Nip was one of those artists, bro. Nip wouldn't he didn't have to do this TikTok shit, bro. Like Nip was that. You know what I'm saying? Like he had that longevity in his music. He still do. You know, so it's like you could tell from just the type of artist they are. You know.
yeah. What advice would you give to the artists right now, or just artists in general who are putting in the work? They're doing everything. That music is good, talent is good, marketing, everything is good, but they're just not getting the looks that they feel like they deserve right now.
I mean, shit, if you're not doing that, then maybe you need to move around. You know, maybe you need to get from where you at and shake some hands. You know, I tell every artist, bro, like this shit is like running for president. Like you gotta be out shaking hands, kissing babies, and
Yeah,
taking
for sure.
pictures, and you know what I'm saying? Like you running a whole campaign. It's not cheap, but it's definitely something you have to do.
Yeah. I guess that goes into the next one again. When it comes down to relationships and networking, which I've been the past, I say like 2 years, I've been really like I network. I'm going outside more. I used to be very much just a recluse. So networking and going outside in relationships has built it does build a lot. So how do you think that is important, or is it important still?
Yeah,
Because
no,
some
for
people
sure.
like I don't have to go outside and network. I can just do what I do.
Everything online. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
like
nah, because those online relationships only go so far. Like, you know what I'm saying? People want to actually feel your energy and they want to actually like see if you serious. You know what I'm saying? Like you could say anything through text and DM, that don't mean anything. So it's like having a conversation eye to eye and being able to shake somebody's hand and
yeah,
actually feel like, okay, this person is they definitely they about what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
that goes a long way versus just sending a DM or a text. So
yeah. No, that's real because I definitely had to again within the
but
past.
I ain't gonna lie, some of these times too, people be out in these events. You gotta watch this too, because people will be out and they be like, oh, we're gonna work, and then it don't happen. So it's like
I know.
yeah, so it's like you just gotta learn, but that stuff you learn along the way too, though.
Yeah. And I think it's also the name of the game because it's like at some point you've been seeing at 5 events and you see the same people, they're gonna be like, okay, obviously you do something because I've seen you 6 times. So it's like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think also it's just like just continuing, even if it's the same thing. Let me get your Instagram, let me get your number, let's work. It may be the same thing for 5 events, like straight, but at some point something's gonna shake. So you just keep going, just keep doing it. And trust me, I know because I'd be like, damn, if I go to one more event and shake one more hand, I'm gonna crash out. But again, like you said, it's the name of the game. For you right now, when it comes down to just continuing to develop yourself as an executive and entrepreneur, what just daily steps are you like taking?
really just still learning, being a student. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing where I can sharpen up on. And I'm still my thing like the rest of this year going into next year is like getting into some of these bigger events and these bigger spaces. You know what I'm saying? To get around bigger situations. Because I've been to the showcases and I've been to certain
Yeah,
events where I feel like okay, now it's time to level up. Now it's time to get to the Rolling Louds and the Coachellas and so that's what I'm working on now, and that comes back to building relationships and networking. I've been able to network with certain people to now I can get to certain events and certain spaces. You know what I'm saying? So now I could just leverage that, use that to just keep leveling up. So
yeah. Now that's good. How do you balance? Because we're again, you are a creative first, so how do you balance like being a creative with the business side?
um, I just kind of like schedule it out. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, I try to like just make sure one doesn't overpower the other. You know what I'm saying? Even though sometimes the business does, like there'll be days I don't really get creative, because I'm focused
Yeah,
on business stuff. So but then I'll realize it, hone in on it, and then I'll just be like, okay, let me sit down, let me, try to create some stuff right quick. Let me go work on a beat or something. Like, let me just go do something that's creative that kind of open those, open that energy
Yeah.
back. So
Right now, even with your foundation and everything that you're doing with independent artists, because you can work with, you have a collection and a wide range of people that you could work with. What's motivating you to say, I'm gonna still just help the independent artists out? I'm gonna just kind of stick with them and kind of, help them get to the higher heights.
I guess it's like it's the love of the chase. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's the love of like I want to find the next hottest artist. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know. It's just it's for me. It's like I want to make an impact in this industry, and it's like working with bigger artists. I could do it through them on certain
Yeah,
things, but it's like if I could say I made a star in this game, like that's gonna last forever. You know what I'm saying? Like because
for
that
sure.
the impact like that has on a whole like industry is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just watching the Michael movie, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And it's just like anybody that was involved in shaping him, helping him be Michael,
yeah.
like they're still known as greats, bro, because Michael was a
To this
great
day,
artist.
yeah.
You know what I'm
To
saying? So
to this day, from assistants to choreographers to the producers to it no matter if you were connected to him at any point, you are
mm,
still and regarded as being, somebody important. So no, that's what's up.
no
What
matter how people look at Joe, Joe had him in that bitch dancing, working. You feel me? Till he got it right.
listen, I
If
be
Joe
telling
ain't
people
instilled
now.
that in Michael, nigga, he wouldn't have, look.
All of them, all his siblings, like they all Janet, they all have a certain pristine about themselves. It's like you can talk about the methods, right? Maybe everyone would be different, but I mean, when he got on that stage, when he was Michael, you can't take that away. You can't take that away. I'm Joe Jackson in real life too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm Joe Jackson when it comes down to these artists. I used to be very like nice and pristine and like let's
Yeah,
just get it together.
yeah.
No, I'm Joe Jackson. You gonna get this shit right the first time.
Real.
Because I mean, you have to, and you want to go out there. The thing about it is, I think artists forget. Yeah, you're the artist, but our names are on this as well. So what we put out as a collective, folks aren't gonna just say you put our best. If they're gonna say the managers, the A&Rs, the
Right,
PR
right. They're gonna
people,
say the team. They're gonna be like, why did the team let this happen? You know
why
what
do
I'm
we
saying?
let you put this shit out? Right. Not knowing that you done gave me a whole bunch of BS for 6 months, but I think it just goes down with everything that, but that's why teams are important. I tell people all the time, you could do it by yourself, but nobody wants to do anything by themselves. Having a team of people to help you is the best thing. Because
Nah,
if not,
right.
you're gonna look a
Just gonna
mess.
be doing. You're just gonna be doing stuff, man, and you're gonna be unorganized, just running in circles trying to figure it out. So
Yeah. That's good. Up to this point now, what are your accomplishments that you've had thus far? I think what's the one that you could pinpoint that you're most proud of?
you say my accomplishments?
Yeah, because
Um,
you've done a lot of stuff.
I would say just like really honestly working with Kid and BG, just
Yeah,
as from being from Louisiana, just seeing them come up as kids, they was young when I was a child, you know what I'm saying? So just I was listening to them, seeing them their videos, like seeing all of this, and now it's like I'm in a position to where I could work hand in hand with them. You know what I'm saying? I got a relationship with these guys, and it's like that's to me that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely
yeah,
a big accomplishment for me just from being from here, you know what I'm saying, and being able to do that because a lot of people, it's only a handful of execs out here in Louisiana, you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So, not everybody, people say that they're this and that, but they're not doing what we're doing on this scale, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's big because, like you said, it's not many out there that are doing it. So you guys have a really good chance to take what you're doing and put it on, like the bigger scale because even again on the hip hop or R&B side, even in NOLA right now, I don't know who's kind of like popping right now, and you guys have a chance to like, kind of take somebody and really just push them out there. Because y'all NOLA's a different sound, it's a different dialect, it's just different. It's like, it's like Atlanta, so it's like y'all have a chance to really boom. So that goes into the next part then. And as far as the rest of 2026 in the next 2 quarters, what are you looking forward to?
Really just like more events coming up. I know some of these DJ coalitions got events going on for the summertime, going into the fall. And then just working with the artists that I'm working with, Hollywood Pompey. You know, he's back
Yeah,
in artist mode.
yeah.
And then another artist, Money Thirsty J. We working on the album for him for the summertime. So he got some dope features on it too. So
Okay.
just definitely just staying consistent with the music, the content, and the business, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So I won't say in the next 5 years because that's like that's a wide range. But in the next 2 to 3, with the studio and the foundation, where do you want to see it going? I know you said earlier you kind of want to be a parent company, and then you have all of these other intuitives under it. But in the next, say, 2 to 3 years, where do you want to kind of see it at?
So what we're working on now is turning HPS into a school, right? So there's
Okay.
no trade school for what we do for
Yeah.
engineering and stuff like that. Full Sail is somewhat of that, but
Yeah.
people either you do it online or you go out there, right? So there's nothing here in New Orleans, which is a big music city, that's teaching
Mm.
these kids how to engineer, how to shoot videos, how to make content, how to just do different things, right? So um that's what we're in the works of doing, is working with these colleges to be able to implement like some kind of program for students to take even coming out of high school. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's something I think is turning this into like a performance arts school. That's our goal for like the next few years.
Now that's again, like you said, there's not many, and then again, the ones that are there, like Full Sail or SAE in Georgia or New York, those are also expensive. So it's like
Right, right,
a lot of
right.
people can't get to those schools because of the money
Tuition
aspect,
costs, then yep.
tuition costs. And then again, I moved to Florida when I went to Full Sail, but not many people can do that. Not many people can just say, I'm gonna just move. I just be doing shit, but not many
Right.
people can get up and just move. And I did that.
Especially
I didn't
student
know
like
that was
kids.
going to be successful. I just did it on a whim. But
Yeah.
everybody
Especially
can't do that.
kids coming out of high school and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like,
Mhm.
so I mean, it'll definitely be like way less costly than like, Full Sail and like a school in New York and stuff like that, like a Juilliard and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So we definitely gonna keep it affordable. And we'll have like a limited amount of slots per semester, for students. So that's definitely what we're doing. So we're just working on the curriculum, getting all those kinks out. And then once we really get all that done, like I say, it's just taking the
Yeah.
proper steps to get it done.
No, that's the we need stuff like that. And again, it'll also, I think, show kids coming up, like you don't have to just be an artist. You could be a producer, engineer, manager, A&R. You could work in marketing. You could work. There's so many. I think people seem to realize in the music industry, there's 1,000 jobs.
Right, right, right.
Coordinator, artist acquisition manager. There's 1,000 things that you can do. So I think that'll be a good, again, something to show that there's more than just being an artist or being a rapper, because that's one in a million. So
Hmm.
for artists and creatives right now who are looking to work with you, whether it be with you solely or with the foundation of the studio, what are you looking for? So when they're watching this, rather it just be criteria or just like what kind of artists and creatives are you looking to work with so they know to come to you when they want to work.
Really all forms like hip hop, R&B, any music genre I'm open to. You know what I'm saying? Like if you make music and you think it's dope, definitely hit me up. If you're a streamer, if you just do content creation, definitely hit me up. Just anybody on the content space, the creative space, like we open to everybody. You know what I'm saying? We're not looking for just one thing. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a content house and we have a content warehouse.
Yeah.
So we just big on content. So whoever's trying to create and work, definitely reach out.
All right, cool, cool. So that was kind of like that's the last little part of that. So now we're about to get into like five kind of like quick fire questions. So just first thing that comes to mind, boom. Favorite city for music culture?
But music culture,
Yes.
oh,
Or just music in general. It could be, but music culture specifically the favorite city, because you've been in a lot of places. So
for music. So for music or music culture,
music culture. We'll do both, but music culture right now.
you got it. I mean, New Orleans, just
Yeah.
because, yeah, like if you talk about culture and music. Like the culture is in the music. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, other places like in DC too. I was thinking DC too. Like you could definitely hear, you know what I'm saying, the DC culture in their music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think between those two places for sure.
Okay, yeah. Because even with Essence Fest, I've been trying to get to Essence Fest for 1,000 years.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but no, like yeah, again, it's a different sound. Again, you don't have many people. It's like you have artists in other places, and you can kind of like pinpoint them. NOLA is like you're gonna know like that person is from there. So okay, cool. One album that you could listen to forever.
Um, I ain't gonna lie, Kanye West, the graduation album.
Okay, one album that everyone sh should listen to once, at least once.
Um, One album that everyone should listen to once. American Gangster by Jay-Z. That album. It's a dope
Okay.
album.
Most underrated skill in the music industry.
Most underrated skill?
Yeah.
Mm, I guess being on the admin side, because like
Yeah,
that's a tedious job. You know what I'm
that's
saying? It's
money too,
tedious. You
though.
got to stare at a screen, like, and artists don't want to do it. So it's like,
Yeah,
so I
and that's where
definitely
the money
don't.
is.
And
That's
you
where the
don't
money.
really hear a lot of people talk about that, like music admin work. Like that's just kind of one of those job titles that's just kind of it's there if you know.
Yeah. One word that describes your work ethic.
Say that again.
One word that describes your work ethic.
Shit, hard. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to outwork everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, and I always feel like I ain't working hard enough. So that's my mindset. Even when I feel like, even if people be like, "Oh man, you've been going hard," I still feel like I'm not going hard enough. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Well, A&R gems is, the whole purpose of it is, just giving gems to the artists or the executives, kind of everybody around the sector of what we do. So, in closing, what's one gem that you would give just to people in the music space in general? It doesn't have to be artists, A&R, just everybody who's doing what we do now. What's one gem you would give them?
just stay yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like authentic,
Yeah, authenticity.
authenticity. All right, boom, boom, boom. So boom, just staying yourself, right? So I feel like authenticity is just like that's what sells. You know what I'm saying? Being able to connect with people, just being an artist, being a manager, just being a label exec, man, anything. Like if you could connect with people and just be yourself, like people will be able to feel that. They feel that you're genuine. They feel that like you're a good person or whatever. So it's like that goes a long way in anything. You know what I'm saying? So definitely just stay yourself and stay true to who you are. Don't try to change stuff up just thinking it'll work or whatever. Like, nah, like I'm telling you, just stay you and it's gonna take you a long way. You feel me? So
Yeah. Now, that's it. I appreciate you. This is the second episode of A&R Gems. Let everybody know where they can find you at.
on Instagram, Hollywood Bags, LinkedIn, Darius Jackson, um, Facebook J Bags. You could Google J Bags, whatever, I'm everywhere, man. So TikTok.
Yeah. And let them know one more time what's coming up. I know you say is a restaurant coming, so let them know one more time what you got coming up.
So coming up, Money Thirsty J, my artist, he has a song coming out um next Wednesday. Next Wednesday. Damn.
Okay.
Hold on. Look, I fucked up. Cause I look, I forgot the name for a second. I was about to say another name,
All
but it's
right.
called all right, next Wednesday, Money Thirsty J. It's called Kill the Noise.
Okay.
Um, and then Hollywood is working on some new music and stuff as well. He has a project with Kid that's gonna drop. Um, so like I said, just new music, man. The restaurant, like I said, it'll probably be coming closer to the fall. And then we're doing another Miami trip for artists in the fall as well in September. So we definitely looking for artists that want to go to Miami, get some content in, meet some people, and just work.
Yeah. That's cool. And I'll make sure that I tag everything, the pre-saves, the websites, all the pages will be tagged, in the description once this is posted. So that's it. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro. And like, I love what you're doing with the platform too, because it's like you shining a light on the people that's doing the work. You know what I'm saying? And the people that's behind the scenes, like helping push. And that's very needed. You know what I'm saying? Especially in this climate that we in, because nobody's shining a light on the people that's actually fucking
Yeah.
doing sweating and shit out here. So,
Yeah.
nah, bro, like I definitely appreciate it, bro, for sure.
Nah, for sure, for sure. I had to tell myself like, and earlier on, I was always just like, I wanted the opportunities, but it's like you have to go out there and make them, and then people will kind of like come to you after the fact. So I was like, you know what? Just go out there and make it. So yeah, we just gonna, thug it out and kind of go with the process. But I appreciate you, and that's it. That was episode 2. Another one in the books for A&R Gems. Again with Darius, Hollywood Bags. I want you guys to watch this episode. Take from it what you can. Again, tell your friend to tell a friend. Support Darius, support A&R Gems. Let's build this community as we can. And I appreciate y'all. Until the next one.